Right, it's time for another beer review, and going to do Sharp's Quadruple Ale. I read up a little bit about this today, not for what it tastes like, but just to find a little bit about the beer. And originally, the brewer Stuart Howe, who produced it, or Ho, said he wanted to call it Massive Beer or Massive Ale, and they put the name forward to the whoever it is you have to put the name forward to when you're doing a new name for a beer or something, and they rejected it on the grounds that they thought it would lead people to believe that the beer had massive amounts of alcohol and didn't want to encourage that, so had to change the name. But the funny thing was, they ended up with the name Quadruple Ale without realising that what they did with this, they used 4 different types of yeast in this beer, and they used 4 different types of malt as well. But that was never the key to it. Originally, it was going to be called Massive Ale, and it was just after someone, said, well, what you've got in it, kind of thing, was 4 of each and 4 of each, that it decided to be called Quadruple Ale. But before then, it was going to be called Massive Ale. So it's vintage 2011. It also says on the back of the bottle that this beer is bottle conditioned. The flavour will develop with upright storage in cellar conditions for at least 10 years. Settle for a minimum of 12 hours before serving and pour carefully. And it says on here, the connoisseur's choice beers are brewed without compromise. They are brewed through the application of art and science. The #1 Quadruple Ale vintage, it says it's combined pale, crystal and chocolate malts with Centennial, Hallertauer and Aurora hops, fermented with 3 strains of yeast, then matured on fresh Simcoe hops for a month at 1 degrees. It's then seeded with a 4th yeast strain for bottle conditioning. So we're gonna give this a go. Oh, it's a tough one to get off. It smells very, very rich. Like almost getting like a whiskey note off there, or a port. Something you can smell, kind of like a deep, rich alcohol smell coming off that. Wow, you can really, really smell it now it's being poured out. Very fruity. Let's get the light. I should have got I think I've got a torch here actually. I can show it's like a deep red. No, you can't really see on here. I don't know if you can. Yeah, it's almost like a ruby red, but very dark. Almost like a very deep red. Right, let's give this a go. You're getting masses of alcohol off the nose, like real strong. Really fruity, almost like a fruit cake, like yeah, like a real rich fruit cake, like you get at a wedding or something. Really deep. Right, let's give this a go. Now this is, I forgot to add as well, it is, where is the thing gone? 10% as well, so we're going to be sipping this one tonight. Wow, it's very warming, really warming. You get an initial hit of all the fruitcakeness on the front of your tongue, and then as you can just feel it warming as it's going down all the way through. It's got a very creamy head on it that I think it's gonna stay around. It's got great mouthfeel. It's kind of got a thickness to it that's that's nice, but without being too sticky or anything. It's so rich, it's unreal. It's just, I can't believe the amount of aroma you get off it. It is just, it's like you can smell it even sort of around the glass without even nosing the glass too much. The fruitiness of it is just amazing. It's got a nice amount of sweetness on the finish. There is bitterness there, but it's not a bitterness that lingers. You get a nice upfront sweetness. Definitely get little whiskey notes in there as well. That's a beer and a half. Now, if I remember rightly, the 4 yeast, I've got the article here. It's a Saison, 2 English ale yeast, and a Belgian Trappist yeast. That is I kind of wish I'd saved this. It's kind of like a one to have on Christmas Day, I think. It's such a beautiful beer. They say that it's best suited with mature cheeses and rich chocolate desserts. I think I'd agree with that. Again, it'd be great with a cheese board or something like that. It's just so fruity. And the alcohol smell of it, it's just beautiful without being too overpowering. I've had some beers where the alcohol's really in your face and harsh, but this is like it's there, but you want to enjoy it rather than I think that's one of the best beers I've had in a long time. Easily this year, easily for a few years I've been having different beers. That is just exceptional. I'm gonna have to check out the rest of their the connoisseur range that they talk about. Right, I think I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this off camera because it's one to be savoured. But cheers everyone.